Lilli and Carey.
And I'm Carey.
And we're here at the Swedish Club. We just finished a fusion blues class. We worked on basic blues things, and then we showed you kind of how you can work on taking things you already know and heading out into open position and then getting back into close again. So you can check out other classes and events at nwdance.net, Northwest Dance. All right, so we started off with the concept of just shifting weight. And instead of just taking a step and a step, we talked about pushing off and pushing off. And that doesn't matter what direction we're going to go, we're still going to take those steps. And so we said as we move forward, we can have our chest over one foot or the other. We can use the other foot for a kickstand. Then we also played a little bit with half-time and full-time. So we could go walk, 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 or we could go half-time, walk, walk, walk. And notice that at each point, when we're going backwards, we're reaching back, right? So our body's just slightly forward, so we could do that. Then we looked at the connection, and what I did is I took my forearm here, and I tucked it right in next to her side.
I settled on to my left so that I could really have that nice pocket feeling there.
And she's really connected, and I'm just going to allow my hand to come around here and relax.
I'm going to settle back with my hips so I'm not neutral or tucked under. Really settled back so that fills out the connection and I'm really balanced.
So, and that gives me a really nice confidence that I can walk forward or I can walk back. And then we played a little bit with leads just stepping wherever they wanted to step. And I want you to notice, if you know where your follow's foot is, you can go anywhere. So we played a little walk, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We call that splitting eights.
We could do 4 of something and 4 of something else.
So we could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or we could go on one foot and we could just hang out.
A little pulse there.
Or we could take a nice little stop.
We can stop.
So we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we didn't talk a lot about this hand, but this hand is like...
It's relaxed.
It's relaxed. It's like a cat's tail. All the really good connection is here. We said if we were going to go one direction, we might shade a little bit, but always keeping in mind that no matter what we do, we have to change the weight that our follow is on. Then we also played with
our blues basic,
our blues
step
basic.
touch. So we can be over one foot and pulse, right? So if we wanted to have a nice like hold, we can pulse here. But if we shift and pulse, we get our blues basic.
This could be a tap or in place. She's got a little bit more hip action. I'm trying to drive this energy all the way up through my chest so she can feel it. Then we played a little bit, and you can mix those up. So anything that you can imagine leads that you can take your partner successfully through, you can do it.
And we're listening to the music, trying to make it feel as musical as possible.
Yeah. So then we played a little bit with something that we pulled out of cross step, but it also shows up in tango.
Other places.
So we particularly, we're here, and we're squared off. I'm going to open her up, and I'm going to walk her forward. I'm going to move her forward by moving my body first, body, and then as she comes through, I'm going to shift back to the other foot. She can take these steps however she wants to. And then when I get her over here, I can just swing around and pick her up. And I said to a number of leads, this is a little bit like closing the door. I'm going to square up and I'm going to look right at my partner. Or we can bring her through. Notice this hand doesn't really matter. I keep it connected. Or I can bring her open to lead an inside turn. Now notice she's prepped to do that. We have a pin and socket connection. I'm going to shift my body and rotate my chest to bring her through. And then she floats out nice and easily. And we said from this position, we could just step back and pull through. I'm going to catch her back soon. Catch her, and she's going to settle into that connection, which is going to allow me to know where she is.
It's a little piece.
So, this
a little follow solo. We can hang out here. Prep open. Please rotate through. That hand is super relaxed. We can take our time, settling in, and maybe
also played a little bit with Grapevines, which worked with a lot of the same concepts. So I'm going to shift weight. I'm going to lead her forward as I step back. I'm going to square up and take her back. I can do as many of these as I want to, depending on the music.
But if we're going to do that in time, maybe we're shifting weight, we're walking, and then we can just start sauntering through. Notice leads, you can prep open and lead your inside turn from there. Or you can, if we're doing Grapevines, you can actually take
and do it outside
in an outside turn
because it naturally follows. And then sometime in the future, maybe we'll do one of those. And that is it.
Nicely done, guys.
Very well done.
Woohoo!
All right, you guys.